Hello, it's September. Teaching term is almost upon us, and I decided this year to make this brief recording so that students are aware of aspects of my teaching and so that they know what to expect in the next year ahead. Some of you may already know that I have Parkinson's disease. I was diagnosed in 2015. It affects me daily, and I'll describe one or two of the symptoms and how this affects my teaching, but how I compensate for it as well. Parkinson's disease affects a chemical, dopamine, in the brain, and how that communicates with the rest of the body. So you probably notice that I look a bit stiff and slow in my movements. That's normal, and many people know the symptoms of Parkinson as trembling, particularly in the arm and the hand. Sometimes you may see me tremble, not out of fear, but perhaps out of nerves. It also affects balance, which is why I tend to sit in order to deliver a lecture or a seminar. I can't really stand for a whole hour now, so this makes the lectures perhaps a little bit less visually dynamic than I would like. But if I'm swaying around, don't worry. If I fall over flat on my back, it's more of a concern. But hopefully that won't happen. It hasn't happened before, so but a little swaying and I might move backwards, but I can stop myself normally. Walking as well. You might see me walking along the corridor, limping. My walking varies from day to day and hour to hour, so sometimes I might be walking really well, and others I might be labouring, particularly if I'm carrying something. And also strangely, I can run, so you might see me sprinting along a corridor to get to class, and might ask yourself, how is it possible that this man is sprinting when he can hardly put one foot in front of the other another moment? But it's part of the way I move. You'll notice slowness of movement, and I may ask you sometimes to help out giving out papers or putting papers into a folder or something like that. And I'm a bit slow answering emails, for example. Working on a computer, I use often voice recognition software, and I have an assistant to help me. So I dictate messages and the assistant types them up. But everything takes a little bit longer than it used to. So if you write to me with an email and I don't reply, please send the message again and alert me to the fact. And I'll get back to you as soon as I reasonably can. When you come to see me to discuss your work, you may notice, in fact on this video you may notice, my expression is a little bit blank. This is a symptom of Parkinson's, I assure you, rather than me not being interested in your work. So if you come and discuss your work and you see me with this blank expression, just alert me to the fact, and I'll reassure you that I'm listening. I might say smiley face, just to show that I'm listening. My eyes as well. Another symptom is that the eyes don't blink so much. So some people find this disconcerting. They think that I'm staring into space. for no reason. I try to remember all of these things, and but sometimes they pass me by. I get a little bit tired sometimes, particularly in the afternoons for classes, if I have several classes together, but so bear with me there. And feedback, I wanted to say a couple of things. It's easier for me to give audio comments than it is to type up detailed comments. So you may get a mixture. You may get a feedback sheet which has been filled in by my assistant, but dictated by me, and an audio file attached to it with something like 3 to 5 minutes of comments. Most students like this, but if you have a difficulty with it, please let me and my assistant know. Another symptom is that I have a relatively soft voice, but I'm undergoing voice therapy, so hopefully I will reach the required 75 decibels. But I'll be using a microphone for lectures anyway. So if you're sitting at the back and my voice is too loud or too soft, please let me know, and we can find a comfortable volume for everyone. As I said, I have an assistant who helps me organize tutorials and responded to emails, etc. Everything remains confidential, but if there's something you want to discuss with me alone, then come and see me or send a message with we can speak on the phone or via Skype. Tutorials, I work from home every other week, and it leads every other week. So I have specific times which are indicated on the module handout when I'm free. Contact me or my assistant to book a meeting, or some of them are Skype sessions where I'm available via Skype for any questions you have about the work. There are a few lectures which will be delivered remotely. We've tried to organise the timetable as much as possible so that my lessons are joined together, grouped together. But there are 3 or 4 times during the year where I have to deliver remotely. And I'll probably be a mixture of recording a PowerPoint with a voiceover and using Skype for your questions. If it's a week where the lecture is delivered remotely, you're still expected to be in the lecture theatre, because my assistant will connect via Skype to me at home. As I was saying, I hope that explains everything. There are little features which may crop up in seminars. I have some difficulty with background noise and with sudden noise, which I may become startled, not wanting to put you off at all, but that explains it. But in general, these alternative forms of teaching have been set up to make the classes run as smoothly as possible. So I hope you enjoy the classes. If you have any concerns, contact me, and I look forward to seeing you next week and in future weeks.